Dating?
No.
Yeah.
He said yeah, you said no.
So I'm not gonna lie, we've been dating.
You look very beautiful though. You said, scale of 1 through 10, what would you rate me?
What do I rate you?
1 through 10.
Like an 8.
For real?
Yeah.
I get a kiss on the cheek?
I'm so...
We interrupt this program to prescribe you with 1,000 milligrams of red vitamins.
Right here, right now. It's the right time, It's the right sound. Right now. Tell the whole pipe down. Tell that nigga pipe down.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. And you already know, Reclaim Your Throne.
Dating?
No.
Yeah.
He said yeah, you said no.
So I'm not gonna lie, we've been dating.
You look very beautiful though. You said, scale of 1 through 10, what would you rate me?
What do I rate you?
1 through 10.
Like an 8.
For real?
Yeah.
I get a kiss on the cheek?
I'm so...
Wow, guys, you have to realize that this is a huge problem, okay? Shout out to my white guys, but I gotta bring y'all to the front of the congregation. You guys have to red vitamin yourselves, please, because it brings me pain to see this, okay? Unfortunately, in this day and age, white men are the most blue vitamin geographically by far, and it's not even close. This is your girl, bro, and she's not even claiming you, and you're claiming her, and he thinks it's all funny, like, goo. Bro, this is not cool, okay? Immediately when she came up to bro, you should have yanked her and kept walking. And this is the saddest thing. This guy is going to still simp for her. He's going to still walk her around and buy her drinks and buy her gifts and pour out his heart to her. And this woman, I mean, I don't see how he didn't break down right then and there. And you seen her face at the end. She knew she was in the wrong. She's like, like, this is next level cuckoldry. I mean, it really is. I don't know how else to describe it. I just think that game is not being passed down in the household. And that's the biggest issue. Your father needs to sit down to you and look, son, you're a man now, and you cannot allow these women to take advantage of you. You cannot allow these women to play with you, play with your heart. I mean, I think a lot of fathers are just neglecting this conversation. And the reason why brothers really don't struggle in this regard, because brothers struggle in dating too, it's just in different aspects, in different ways, right? But the reason why we don't struggle with this type of stuff, where your girl just blatantly kisses another dude in front of you, is because of hip-hop culture. Mainly, I think that is the biggest thing that prevents us from doing that. And, you know, there are some positives and some negatives that come out of hip-hop culture, but it just doesn't resonate with our souls to allow this. Now, you have some black male cucks, for sure, 100%. I'm not saying that they don't exist. But overall, no black man is going to be okay with this. And I think women actually respect that. Not I think. I know for a fact women actually respect that. And she's most likely cheating on him. Most likely on dating apps, most likely smashing different guys, and he's over here flipping the bill, and he's probably going to be the cleanup man to marry her after, you know, their studies at university end. And guys, you deserve so much better. You really do. I mean, this guy, he seems like a very sweet guy, very nice guy. And he just, this is what happens when you're too nice. You cannot allow these women to walk all over you in 4K. You're completely embarrassed in 4K. And this is the type of guy, oh man, I don't care. I still love her. I'm rubbing it off. Dude, this is... Bruh. And then that's where I get to the point where there ain't no saving you guys. There's no helping you guys out in this regard. Because the reality is, you know, I don't want to make this a very racial thing. I guess I already have, right? But the reality is, and I'm going to say this and it might offend people, but it's true. These white guys do not want to take advice from black men, period. That's just what that's the conclusion that I've got. Not all, of course. But these guys, especially when it comes to dating, they don't want to take advice from black men. And I can understand that. Stereotypes of black men, we have a bad rap when it comes to dating, especially if you ask a sister. But the reality is that they're just not taking the advice and they're not implementing it in their lives. And it takes guys like Rich Cooper to convince them, hey, maybe I have been doing things wrong. It takes guys like Rollo Tomasi to really kick it in. You know, it's almost like a don't shoot the messenger type of situation where if it's me saying it, then, oh man, you ain't got your life together. You black or whatever. They don't want to listen. But when it comes to these other guys, obviously red or white guys in the red vitamin space, you know, like I said, Rollo, Rich Cooper. You also have League of Men, I think is Legion of Men. You know, that guy. And then you got Taylor the Fiend. He's a cartoon, but we know he's a white guy. You know what I'm saying? They'll listen to these guys, but they won't take the advice from a brother. And look, that's fine. I'm trying to help you out. I'm not saying you got to call her a bitch. I'm not saying you got to slap her to get her in line. I'm telling you, do not allow yourself to get embarrassed in this way. If anything, if she gonna do what she do, then you walk away. Just walk away. It's that simple. But to keep your pride, integrity, and self-respect intact, you cannot allow yourself to be on video with your girl getting taken. And we all know the racial dynamics here are I mean, even the video that I'm pulling this from is from a white guy saying, oh, well, it's Jewish propaganda that white women like black men now. And they're bruh, y'all are doing anything to rationalize the fact that, and I'm not trying to target white guys on this video, don't get me wrong, but y'all are doing anything to rationalize the fact that you're just blue vitamin. Maybe not in other aspects of life, but when it comes to your women, not all, I gotta continue to say no, I don't want to seem like this is coming off racist. I'm just speaking in general. Y'all are way too soft, laissez-faire, bro, with your girl. She's out here doing whatever she wants, doing the most, going to girls' night out, going to club, cheating on you, going downtown without your permission, going downtown without you, getting drinks from other guys, getting filled up by other guys, and y'all are just, oh, wow, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, no, I'm embarrassed. Oh, crap, my cheeks are going flush red. Damn, that's wild, bro. Bruh, I'm genuinely trying to help. If you're white and you're watching this video, please, if you have friends like this, you have to check them. You have to say, hey, bro, look, I love you, brother. And, well, you know how white boys are. I love you, brother. And I just don't think that this is the right course of action for you. You need to reevaluate your circumstances. You need to do a cost-benefit analysis of what is actually benefiting you in this relationship and what is holding you back and becoming a detriment. Somebody needs to pull these guys aside and say, hey, I love you. I want to see you do better. This is how you do it. Because I genuinely cannot watch these videos and then the cope online from, you know, and I'm not saying this is how every white guy is thinking about it, but for the comments from this video, and I can't show the comments because it's very racially edgy, and let's keep it a buck. I'm gonna be honest. You got a lot of white guys who are upset about this video, and they believe that this is some type of staged thing. No, this is extremely organic. It's real life. It's what's happening. And to top it all off, she basically cheated on him with a black guy. And, you know, I mean, I hate to do this, but we all know that is a white guy's worst fear when it comes to dating and relationships. So I want to see you guys do better. You got to put your foot down. You got to be a man, and you can't let this happen to you by any circumstances. Now, I'm not saying you go crash out. I'm just saying if you're in this situation, you walk away, you find another woman.
I look like trash right now. No makeup other than just tinted sunscreen and the like bronzer drops. Sun is not good, but I want to know, how old do I look? Everybody's doing this and I just want to know. I genuinely love commenting on these because I feel like people could look any age in a range, truly. I think people between like 25 to 35, like you could be any of those ages. Even some people like up to 40. So how old do I look? I look...
Bruh, I'm gonna stop you right there. Unless the only time I've seen a 30-year-old woman look like she was in her 20s is if she's a black woman or some type of melanated woman. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've never seen a white woman who is in her 30s who looks like she is in her 20s, unless she's like a pipsqueak, like super small or something like that. But even then, you start to see the age develop on them. I would give her a good 32 to 35. I think she's in her early to mid 30s. And you have this trend on TikTok where a lot of women are getting feedback of how old do I look? How old do I look? Da, 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 da. I mean, she could be late 20s, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say, 32, 35. So, I mean, you have these women and they talk about, oh, men are insecure. Like, what if men were just going, hey, how I look, bro? How I look? Da, 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 da. Going on video. I mean, dude, we're not doing this type of stuff. So, and I know it's like it's some challenge that's in jest and whatnot, and it's not to be taken completely seriously, but we know that it affects them seriously because when somebody says, oh, well, you look 42 and she's not 42, she's going to be offended. So, I mean, I find these videos pretty funny, pretty hilarious. And, I just don't understand why these women continue to indirectly humiliate themselves online. I just don't get it.
Doesn't apply to you, then please scroll past. But if you are 40s and up, so 40s, 50s, 60s, even more than that, if you are 40s and up and a woman, or even a woman with a partner who has gone their entire life childless, please tell me what your life is like now, because I've been told multiple times by family members, family friends, sometimes friends, but pretty rarely, that once I get older and I can't have kids anymore, or I choose not to have kids, once I get older, I'm going to see my friends have kids, and I'll either be jealous that I'm not having kids that are interacting with them, or that I'll lose out on something, or that, I'll be older and I'll be sad because I don't have, children around me and grandchildren. I need to know from someone who I envision myself being later on in life. I need to know specifically from someone who is, either in their 40s or beyond, either around that age or retiring or whatever, that you are either happy with your life, or give me the cold hard truth. Let me know how you feel. I want to know, do you feel like you lost out? Do you feel like you're confident and happy with your choice? I want to know the actual truth on this, because I'm tired of having that same thing told to me, and I need to know from somebody else what their thoughts are on that, and if I'm going to be missing out on something. And because I just, at this point in my life, I don't want kids, and I mean, it could change.
So guys, there you have it. These are the modern women in this day and age, and they continue to say, well, men don't want to commit, men don't want to settle down, men are immature. Bro, if we polled in this generation, if we polled men and women and asked, do you want to get married? I guarantee it'll be way more men saying they want to get married. Like, it's so crazy how they try and gaslight men and say that men don't want to get married, men don't want to settle down, men don't want to have families. Dude, that is such BS. When I was coming up, it was the men who were pushing towards marriage, and the women were not done living their life yet. They weren't done going to the clubs. They weren't done partying. They weren't done having casual sex and hookups and participating in hookup culture that they end up complaining about on the back end. But guess what? Okay, you are going to be left out to dry. Nobody's going to cuff you after you done had your fun and all that kind of stuff. So it would behoove you, right? It's an incentive to find a man early who is marriage-minded, but when they come across a marriage-minded man who they date, whether it be long-term or short-term, they always cut it off. A lot of times it's FOMO, fear of missing out. Sometimes they feel like they feel like they're substituting a life of partying and all this kind of stuff for a life of servitude to a man. And let me tell you what, like, modern day men are not, I'm gonna keep it a buck, they're not really demanding what they should. Every guy I know in a relationship with a woman, his woman is not cooking and his woman is not cleaning. The bare minimum, the reasonable service that women are supposed to provide to their husbands, to their man, to their spouse, to the man that they are dating, cooking and cleaning. And they're not even doing that. But guess what? The man is expected to pay for things. The man is expected to protect her. The man is expected to provide. So I just don't understand why they try and push this narrative as if men are the ones who are immature and delaying marriage and delaying commitment, which is absolute BS. Most of the time, men wanted to get married, and the woman that they wanted to marry, and I'm not talking about a guy who's just crushing on a girl and he's never spoken to her and he's, in class. And no, I'm talking about a guy who's in a relationship with a girl and they both tell each other that they love each other when they're young, and they just grow apart, like women love to say. But if you ask the man what happened, he'd be like, oh, well, I wanted to get married, she didn't, and that was the end of that. And that's what happens. That's literally what happened, okay? That's actually what happened to me, okay? When I was young, coming out of high school, I had a high school sweetheart. I was marriage-minded. I wanted to get married. I wanted to be a father at a very young age. I mean, I wanted to be a father on the tail end of my college experience, right when I came out of playing college football, and I was trying to line it up with this particular woman. But, she ended up cheating, and honestly, like, when I found out she cheated, it really didn't hurt my feelings or anything like that. But it just made me realize, oh, women actually don't want to get married when they're young. They actually don't want to settle down when they're young. They actually don't want to have kids and start a family when they're young. They want to have their fun, sleep around, and then on the back end, do all that stuff. And I went through a couple trial and errors because I was literally marriage-minded. Like, there were 2 or 3 women who I tried to essentially, set up for an engagement and a marriage and whatnot. And the reason why it didn't work out wasn't because, I was just some shitty guy or I was just a bad guy or whatever. No, it was because, worst come to worst, the woman did not want to get married, and every single one of them, on the back end hit me up and said, oh, you're the best guy that I've ever had. You treated me so well. I've never had a guy do this, that, and the third for me. And you were so great. Don't stop being you, and all this kind of stuff. They send that bullshit. But I mean, it's fine. It's funny now that I look back on it, because now I'm like, wow, I have no kids. I have no obligations. I'm not married. I mean, I really don't have to do anything, and I could, I'm in the prime of my life, physically, financially, and I know I'm only gonna go up financially, especially, but. Physically, I'm in the prime of my life, and now I have no real obligation. So I actually thank those women. I'm actually grateful for those women. I'm thankful that they didn't say yes to me. Now, when do you ever hear that from a man? And I'm being very honest, and I'm being very true, because the type of women that they were or are, whatever you want to call it, I know I would have regretted being in a relationship with them now. And I'm looking back and I'm seeing their lives now, and one of them is doing well. She's married and has kids, and God bless her and all this kind of, God bless her, God bless that woman. She, in my opinion, even though she cheated on me, she was a great woman to me at the time, and I could never repay her for what she taught me. So God bless that woman, and I hope all is well, and she lives a prosperous rest of her life. But as for the others, a lot of them are just on the CC. They're spinning, they're spiraling, they're making TikToks complaining about men. And I'm just sitting here like, we was together. I treated you good and it did not work out, okay? And you said no because I was pushing for commitment and you were not. So how does that equate to the video? Oh, well, it equates to the video because we have this woman who is older, obviously mid-30s, maybe even early 40s, which, ma'am, you probably need to go to the OBGYN, your gynecologist, and see if you actually have any eggs left and if you actually can give birth. Because I would put it at a 60-75% chance that you can't even give birth anymore, okay? Especially the way that you're talking. So she's saying that, oh, you're going to regret it if you, or she wants to know from women if you are going to regret not having kids, not having a family. And obviously it's TikTok. You're going to see women, I'm 52 years old, no kids, that I've never been married, and I'm the happiest I ever been. Cap. It's going to be a lot of echo chamber in TikTok. You're going to see a lot of women validating her thought process on not having kids and doing all this stuff. But the reality is, when the prime life, the prime age of a woman dries up, and, you know, like Myron Gaines says, they stop getting drinks at the bar. I think actually Donovan Sharp actually said that first. But once they start going to the bar and then they stop getting drinks bought for them, then, only then, you will see them anchoring towards a family, and then it'll be too late, okay? No man worth his salt is going to cuff up a post-wall, you know, damn near geriatric woman. It just is not feasible to have a long, you know, fulfilled, healthy family. It really just isn't. So you have these women who are going to be single and childless. I think 50% of women are going to be single and childless by the year 2030. And they're going to be on TikTok and they're going to be crying about their situation and crying and upset as to why they can't, you know, have what they dreamed of as a kid. But it's like, you waited too long. And now no man really wants you. And then on top of that, we have, obviously, we understand that modern women have the digital footprint of an adult film actress. So a lot of those women are going to be on Instagram showing their booty. A lot of those women are going to be on OnlyFans showing their booty. A lot of those women are going to be on Twitter getting fucked. So, I mean, like, you really have no options, especially if a man does his research, does his due diligence. And let me tell you what, these business-minded, very intelligent, handsome, men, yeah, they do their homework, okay? They're going to know about you before they know about you, if you know what I'm saying. So choose wisely. This woman's telling you, oh, I don't want kids, I don't want to have kids, That's fine. But just don't get upset when the men your age, when you get to 30 and 40, say, I don't want to have kids, I don't want to settle down with you, okay? I want to go a decade lower and take my chances. So anyways, you already know what it is. It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send relationship questions to the email down below with a screenshot of your CashApp so I know you're paying your tithes, man. Y'all need to be in your Murphy Dean with the BS. You already know. Reclaim Your Throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.